say that, first and foremost, I do have the experience that I can be the local councillor. I have vision for this city. I want to work with my colleagues. I want to make sure that Oshawa moves forward. It's easy to play a blame game, but I want to be positive when I'm on council. I want us to try and work together again. Sometimes we're going to have disagreements. Hopefully everybody will have a sense that we don't need to be at each other's throats to do it. We're just going to agree to disagree. And if we can do that, we can actually move the agenda of the city forward. Positive person, want to see the city succeed, and I want us to address the real problems that are in our city. And when I'm a city councillor, I also plan to look beyond Ward 5. I want to fight for things in Ward 5, but we also got to think about other things. There's going to be how the downtown continues to redevelop, Oshawa Airport, all the new housing in the North End. We all have to have a vision for the entire city, not just the ward. So if you understand that's what I'm about, I hope you can support me on October 22nd. Thank you so much.
I also want to echo the comments that John made about thank you for being here. Probably the most fun that we have and going door to door is when we get to hear the questions and the ideas that people have. I can tell you, more than once I've walked up to a door and somebody's answered the door and let me have it with both barrels. And to my want, I tend to argue back. And then they get a great big smile and they say, okay, you can take it, I'm voting for you, put up a sign. It seems to be a Southern Oshawa issue where they test you at the door and make sure you have the questions that you're willing to stand up what you believe in. They don't want you to agree with them. What they want you to do is, are you committed to the neighborhood? And once they understand that, then they get behind you and support you. And I think that's the greatest strength of our communities, is that we are willing to stand up for each other. That we're willing to look after each other. And that's why it's so frustrating when I see our city developing into two separate cities. We have one area in the city that's got new services and new roads and new parks and new schools. And these areas have been built in the last 8, 10, 15 years. And then I look at the older neighborhoods that have been here, in some cases, over 100 years, and we don't see the same level of reinvestment. So we're starting to see the city divide, as Toronto did many years ago, into a half section and a not half section. We as a council can't let that happen. We have to sit down with all the councillors from all the wards and develop a financial plan that's going to allow us to maintain the quality and the family friendliness of all our neighborhoods. We can't abandon any neighborhood, no matter where it is. If when that happens, then we just lead to more and more problems. Bad neighborhoods spread, but so do good neighborhoods. So when you fix up neighborhoods, when you start to make the reinvestment in your communities, when you provide services to people, you'd be shocked at how quickly an area will turn around and become a positive part of your community. The bottom line of the saying door to door is like, it's real simple. If the city does its job and reinvests its funds into your neighborhood, then the homeowner will do the same and they will fix up their property. But the same thing happens in reverse. When the city walks away, when the city stops reinvesting, when the city stops cleaning, that's what allows a neighborhood to start to slip. Well, I'm absolutely committed, and I hope most council members are. Let's put one Oshawa, every neighborhood counts, no matter whether you're north, south, east, or west. We all have to build this city, and we can't let any neighborhood, go to seed. And as John said earlier, and I'll repeat it again, I don't want the first vision that a visitor has of the city of Oshawa coming off the 4-1 to be what they see today. That has to end. That has to end now. That should be one of the first priorities of our council when it's newly elected next Monday.
Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out today. I think a lot of your questions were very effective in keeping tonight's debate, or if you want to say discussion, continued. It's too bad that some of the other candidates did not show up. Maybe they were afraid to answer some of your questions. I'm not too sure. But if I was living in Ward 5, these are the two gentlemen that I'd be voting for. That's right, John and Brian. So give them a hand for being here, please. Thank you for coming out tonight. And Have a great evening and get home safely.